Hello fellas. Welcome back to Top 5 Choices. This is Haley from Top 5 Choices, and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I am going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best Garmin watches under $500, 2022. After doing proper researches, we came to the conclusion that meets the best in terms of overall. Kindly leave a like if you find this helpful, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications if you haven't. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use it for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. We'll be back with more videos. The Garmin Forerunner 55 has a very similar look to the Forerunner 45, with a 42mm case featuring 5 buttons around the circumference. It also has the same color memory and pixel display with a 208 by 208 pixel resolution. You can choose different face designs through the watch's settings menu, and download extra ones from the Garmin Connect IQ store. Unlike the Forerunner 45, the Forerunner 55 is only available with a 42mm case. It's a good compromise, large enough to show a reasonable level of detail, but not big enough to overpower smaller wrists. It's supplied with a single silicone strap, with perforations along the entire length to fit the widest possible range of wrist sizes. It's charged using Garmin's standard USB charging cable, which plugs securely into the watch's back. To start tracking a workout, press the button at the top right and scroll down to select a workout type. You can choose which options appear here, and in what order, by scrolling down and selecting the green plus icon, so if your favorite activity is spinning or swimming, you can ensure this appears first. One new feature that'll be particularly helpful for anyone new to working out is the training suggestions that appear on the watch before you begin monitoring an activity. You can choose whether to follow this advice, which is based on your activity history, or dismiss it and do your own thing. The Garmin Forerunner 55 also offers an array of everyday health monitoring tools to supplement its fitness tracking chops. Hitting the watch's down button allows you to scroll through your daily stats, including steps, heart rate, and body battery, a measure of your energy levels based on heart rate variability, stress, and activity. Unlike many fitness trackers, the Forerunner 55 doesn't just give you a number, but also presents you with a small progress bar to put it into context so you can quickly see how close you are to meeting your step count or how full your body battery is. It's a small touch, but a welcome one. The Garmin Venu 2 looks much like its predecessor, with a classic design that's smart enough for daytime wear, yet practical enough for workouts. It's not groundbreaking, with a silicone band, metal bezel and polymer case, but the new watch addresses one of our biggest complaints about the original Venu, which was its lack of different size options. The standard Venu 2 has a 44mm case and 33mm display, while the smaller Venu 2S, the version we're testing here, has a 40mm case and 27.9mm display. Both sizes accept Garmin's standard 18mm bands, so you can exchange the standard strap for something a little different. The 44mm version is available in 2 colorways, slate with a black case, and granite blue with a matching case. Both have a silver-colored stainless steel bezel. The 40mm Venu 2S comes in 4 colors: graphite with a slate bezel, light sand with a light gold bezel, mist gray with a silver bezel, and white with a rose gold bezel. If you're in the US, you can put together a custom design when you order your watch, picking and mixing straps and cases to create a combination that suits you. The Garmin Venu 2 is a well-spec'd smartwatch, and its high-resolution screen means you can view detailed information about the day's schedule, the weather, app notifications, and more right on your wrist. Like the Venu Square, the Venu 2 also includes optional women's health tracking, which you can set as one of the shortcuts in your list of activities. Surprisingly, this is more comprehensive than the tool featured in the women-focused Garmin Lily, with a wider range of symptoms and moods to choose from to help you better understand your cycle. Like the original Garmin Venu, one of the Venu 2's most striking feature is its vivid AMOLED touchscreen. This has received a resolution upgrade for 2021, and is now packing 416 by 416 pixels for the 44mm Venu 2 and 360 by 360 pixels for the 40mm Venu 2S. For comparison, the original 43.2mm Garmin Venu has a resolution of 390 by 390 pixels, and the display of the flagship Fenix 6 is just 240 by 240 pixels. The Garmin Vivo Active 4 looks fairly similar to the Vivo Active 3 and Forerunner 645. A band of silver, but not chrome bright, metal sits around the edge of the watch. Its screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 3 tech, but it's not recessed like the Fenix SXS, making it slightly more vulnerable. Every bit of such protection adds to a watch's dimensions, though. The Vivo Active 4 is larger, and it's significantly so. But just buy a Vivo Active 4S if a slim watch is what you want, as it has similar features with a slightly smaller screen and battery. This is a comfortable watch to wear, but again, the Forerunner 645 wins out slightly here. The Vivo Active 4's standard silicone band is thicker and has less give than the Forerunner's. The lighter and smaller a watch is, the less likely you are to notice it is even there on your wrist after a few hours. We find we tend to take the Vivo Active 4 off for a few hours each day. You only end up with angry-looking indentations on your wrist if you do the strap up extra tight. There's no need to take it off, apart from to charge, if you are happy to wear it all day. The Vivo Active 4 has 5 ATM water resistance, sufficient not just for showering, but swimming too. The Garmin Vivo Active 4 has a 1.3-inch screen of 260 by 260 pixel resolution, the same specs as the Fenix 6. This display won't look too impressive to those who haven't owned a Garmin or similar watch before. These are transflective screens, meaning they reflect light so they become clearer on a bright day. This is the polar opposite of the LCD and OLED screens used in a lot of other smartwatches. They have to increase brightness to compete with sunlight, rather than being powered by it. The Garmin Vivo Active 4 also emits light, so you can see the display in a dark room. But this light only comes on when you interact with the watch or give it a wrist flick towards your face. This screen uses very little power when non-lit, and displays content 24/7 until the battery dies. This is still the best kind of screen for outdoor run training. You don't have to worry about flicking your wrist so you can see your pace mid-run. It's just there, on screen, the whole time. And there's no battery tax involved. The Vivo Active 4s comes in 2 sizes. The 40mm model, somewhat confusingly named the Vivo Active 4S, is for wrists measuring 4.3 to 6.8 inches in circumference and comes in gold/pink, rose gold/white, silver/gray, or slate/black color options. The 45mm model, the Vivo Active 4, is for wrists 5.3 to 7.8 inches and comes in silver/gray or slate/black. The Vivo Active 4 features a color touchscreen with a durable Corning Gorilla Glass 3 lens, a comfortable textured silicone strap, a fiber-reinforced polymer case and polymer rear cover, and a stainless steel bezel. It's rated 5 ATM for water resistance, meaning it can withstand pressure equivalent to a depth of 164 feet. It has an always-on display, and you can tap the screen to trigger the backlight. The interface has a sleek and simple look, with a dark background, mostly white text, and color icons. In terms of sensors, the Vivo Active 4 features an accelerometer, a barometric altimeter, a compass, GPS with GLONASS and Galileo satellite systems, a gyroscope, a heart rate monitor, and a pulse oximeter that gauges oxygen saturation in the blood. It tracks your calories burned, distance traveled, floors climbed, intensity minutes, sleep, steps, stress level, and more. In the Garmin Connect app, available for Android and iOS, you can even enable abnormal heart rate alerts, so it will notify you if your heart rate is unusually high or low. The Forerunner 245 is definitely not a smartwatch that people are going to buy as an extension of their smartphone or to look pretty on their wrists, but it hasn't been designed for those reasons. Aimed at providing fitness tracking data to those who work out often but aren't trying to be the next Paula Radcliffe, the Garmin Forerunner 245 includes a good number of sports tracking capabilities, but not at the expense of form factor. As a result, it doesn't look or feel too obtrusive on the wrist, but with its largely plastic build it doesn't look or feel overly expensive either. It's a mere 38.5G with a 30.4mm diameter face, which is pretty small in comparison to the company's Fenix series, for instance. It's this lightweight design, alongside its comfortable silicone strap, that makes the Forerunner 245 an absolute dream to wear during all kinds of sports and activities. You barely notice you're wearing it. The true test of comfort, we think, is wearing a smartwatch during a yoga class. If you can happily arm balance and back bend your way through an hour of vinyasa without feeling the urge to take it off, you know you're on to a winner. In fact, we did 2 yoga practices with the Forerunner 245 and even wore it while sleeping 4 nights in a row, and it felt extremely comfortable throughout, so a massive thumbs up there. While the Garmin Forerunner 245 is slightly thicker than its predecessor on paper, you're probably not going to notice, perhaps because it is smaller and lighter overall. The body has dropped down from a 45mm case to 42.3mm, something you're only likely to recognize if you're a Forerunner 235 user. As for the display, Garmin has upgraded the Forerunner 245 screen from a 215 by 180 resolution on the Forerunner 235 to a 240 by 240 resolution, adding a welcome touch of sharpness and better detail that wasn't present in the 235. The 1.2-inch screen is a good size too, being big enough to feed you the data you need without overloading you with information. If you're familiar with Garmin devices, you'll know the firm doesn't achieve display brightness through a backlit AMOLED screen as seen on many other smartwatches. Instead, it uses transflective memory and pixel (MIP) tech, which relies on external sources of light to illuminate the screen and what's being presented on it.